How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining. We just got our first snow of the year. I guess you can count it as snow. It's more like a sleet, but it was white, and it came from the air, but it didn't stick around. Unlike last year, at least 2020, we had 7 inches of snow in October. Crazy times we live in. Live in Wisconsin. Way up north, where the winter is cold. We're running out of money, running out of gold. That's where I make our living, killing the baby seals. There's actually a song that my drill sergeant sang, or at least a cadence that my drill sergeant sang to me in basic. It's my favorite cadence, just because it was so morbid. Yes, I do like question and answer. But you guys gotta ask questions. But you did a good job. Yeah, we're from Wisconsin. That's why I have this funny accent. But I don't know that I have an accent. Until I say out, or bag, or bubbler. Then you know I'm from the Northlands. There's heavy emphasis on the vowels. Unlike the Southern folk. And it's getting dark. I know next weekend, I think, is daylight. Maybe it's this. I think this weekend is daylight savings. So it's dark now. It'll be even dark. Get into a car wreck because somebody doesn't want to be patient. A British World War II series? I would like to. I don't have any British uniforms or weapons at the moment. Although my grandfather does have 2. Well, he's got 5 Enfields. 2 World War I models, 2 World War II models, and a Jungle carbine. So, if I asked him, and he's very gracious, maybe we can make some World War II British or Canadian films. But it's far off. And it's not a for sure. Also, I don't know about Operation Barbarossa. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I guess it didn't it lasted for a while. But I was thinking about doing a Soviet or German film. I don't know. We might film Wednesday. I don't know. What do you guys want to see? I want to do another World War II film. But I have a beard, so I don't know what I can do with that. Most armies had shaved individuals. Not really a good place to put the cameras. You get to see my better half. What other questions or comments? Market Garden? I think we could pull that off. It's a little past Market Garden time, but we might try for it next year. We have some airborne stuff, so we could probably do that. A lot of them were issued M43s before the Market Garden invasion. A poor invasion attempt at that. Our fall colors are coming to an end. They stuck around longer this year because it's pretty warm in September and October. Now we're getting some cold snaps. So all the leaves are finally going to fall off. World War I would be fun. I'm slowly making my collection bigger. The uniform parts and the weapons. It seems like uniforms and weapons are the only drawbacks. I guess that if you're making a war film, you need proper uniforms and weapons. Technically, I mean, it depends on how realistic you want it to be. Because you are representing people that died on every front, every side. So bring respect to them if you can. just need some very flat, desolate, moon-like landscape now that I can dig trenches in. If I had a spot, I would definitely do it. Location-wise, I haven't found any spot to do it. So I may dig out our tiny trench that we've been using, but the time to dig would be pretty soon because otherwise the ground is gonna freeze, and that's never any fun. Chipping away, because you got a pickaxe or your fingernails. A lot of people in the war did that. Be getting artillery. Yes, I did watch. I wasn't a big fan of the Americanized dubbing. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. It's kind of taken the Netflix by storm. My favorite video on our channel. I have to think about that. I would have to say, and you'd have to do some digging. I don't know if it's actually on there anymore. But Subterraneo Ping Pong. That's probably my favorite video that we ever did. That was back when Sintonizar was primarily making Spanish videos for our Spanish 1, 2, and 3 classes in high school. But the premise is it's an underground ping pong league, and they just capture random people off the streets, and they have to play ping pong against other ping pong players. That's probably my favorite film that we've done. I've got a lot of other favorites too. Each project is different. I am subscribed to CSR Productions, yeah. Impressive they can do what? If you're referring to making the tanks and stuff, yeah, that is pretty cool. It takes a lot of time and craftiness. And they're starting to build up their uniform collection too. So that's nice to see. But hey, we all start somewhere. We were wearing East German uniforms in our first World War II film. And I think before that, whatever was gray or whatever was tan, or OD green, white t-shirts. I mean, I think we even at one point flipped BDUs inside out because they were sort of tan. So, everybody starts somewhere. Really? Did not know that. But didn't he go off to... He was an EMT, maybe firefighter. I think he was focusing on that. That'll be nice to see. I think we're talking about the same guy. He did a lot of very informative videos in the past, but he's slowed down drastically. Does he reenact Finland as well? Could be mistaken. That's good. Yeah, I like his videos. But it's nice to see that he's coming back. It's always nice to take a break from YouTube once in a while, too. to get your life sorted out. I know he was doing a bunch of things. But yeah, he's got very informative stuff. I like his channel a lot. Well, that's how we learn, though. It's from each other. I mean, you can learn at any event, but that might be more people thinking they know what they're talking about, rather than taking the time to actually inform or give resources. And that's the only way we learn, though. Especially if you make mistakes. I'd rather have somebody helpfully critique me than say that I'll never be able to cut it out in the profession just because I didn't tie my bootlaces the right way. That's how you scare people out of doing the hobby. I'm just a police in the police. So I don't know, whatever. I'm an officer, so we really only had, well, at least in my department, we only have a chief and officers. We used to have a sergeant, but I don't think that position exists. Sort of, I guess. We don't really have a beat. We just have a main street, so I guess if I walked that, I would say patrol. We'll use that. If you guys have any other questions, I would say patrol officer. It's probably the closest title. We don't really have any rank structure other than patrol officer and chief. Our department isn't big enough for it. Oh, excuse me. What other questions do you guys have? Should release a Bloody First episode here pretty soon. We shot in August, I don't remember if it was, I think it was August or September we filmed it. It's been slowly being edited. And we might film Wednesday as well. I haven't decided what I want to do, but I think I want to do another World War II film. Oh, Civil War impression. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Union or Confederacy? We have one friend that has a Union one, but we don't have any Confederacy ones yet. Or he doesn't. And I certainly don't. That's a whole nother bag of worms to get into, though. I like to do a lot of things, but money is the problem. Texas Liberation Army series? I'd have to look into that, but maybe. You have to give us an email. Maybe we can do a little spin-off of whatever your idea is for that. We're always open to new ideas. We like experimenting too. Like Zone Zulu, that was our zombie series. We might continue that one. I'm just gonna see how many people like it before we make any more. Acceleration kills the phone every time. It's always when I get into the city, though. Nice highway stretch. Yeah, it did fall, but I caught it, so you guys are saved from looking at the floor panel or the night sky, which is full of clouds, so it's not a very nice sunset. I do want to add, maybe not Love 12, I do want to add paratroopers eventually. I've been looking into uniforms, and maybe I'll just get a helmet so that they can fight them in the winter time. So I can do it with the chalk wash, the whitewash. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm just trying to save up some money though. But I'd like to add more to the collections if I can. Slowly but surely. If I had Hollywood budget, I would definitely do a lot. Military Harbor. I'll have to look into that. I'm trying to find a good place for World War I uniforms. That's the thing I've been having a problem with. I try to buy a uniform secondhand because they're cheaper, more affordable. Buying them off the stores can be a little pricey, especially if I'm trying to do multiple uniform impressions. If it was just me, I'd be able to have a pretty cool impression, but trying to field 4 or 5 uniforms at a time for a film can be difficult. It depends. I usually can put it up where I can see it, so I'm always looking up for any dumb drivers or deer. But like right now, probably. But I would say it's less risky than texting, because that's taking your mind completely off of the road. But as you can see, I'm watching the road, and then I only read the comments briefly. But definitely wouldn't recommend it normally, but if I put it up here, as soon as I accelerate, the phone falls. As demonstrated, which is no fun for you guys, except for going for a ride as it falls or flips and gets thrown around my vehicle. So, I feel like it's easier on the viewers if I hold it in my hand. Then I know it's not going anywhere. Unless I throw it in anger as I road rage, which doesn't happen often. Yeah, if you want to send us an email, I would definitely be interested in helping you guys out with the series. We have a lot of stuff, so we can definitely make it happen. We're trying to do more modern warfare films anyhow. Well, if you guys have any last questions, put them in the chat now. Otherwise, we'll wait till next time. I don't think I've heard about that one. I'll have to look into that one as well. Alright, guys. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, stay tuned.